Please welcome Tony Hale. Tony, come on out here. Now, this is very exciting for me.
Oh, it's exciting for me.
I watched you on every minute of Arrested Development.
Oh, wow. Thank
you. And you and the, yeah.
Thank you. It's so nice.
And then I started watching Veep, which is also a wonderful show. And here's what I want for you. Maybe you and I don't see this the same way.
Okay.
I want you to have a nice, long career, and I want you to always be you as you are.
Oh, wow.
Because that's all you want.
That's like you're giving me a blessing, and I really appreciate it.
Well, I don't know about that. But you know what I'm saying?
There
you have set the bar so high, there is an expectation for the performance we get from you, and that's all I ever want.
Damn,
just be that guy.
That is incredibly nice.
But,
wow.
Now,
coming from you.
Now, the question follows, are you actually some of that guy?
Yeah, I would say I'm a pretty anxious, because my characters are, I play Gary on Veep and Buster on Arrested Development, and there's definitely an anxiety through line.
Right.
And I would say I've got a lot of anxieties in my life. I mean, there's certain things that make me anxious.
Well, now, Selma Hayek was talking about the stage fright. You don't have anything.
I used to actually have stage fright. Yeah, I'm actually pretty proud of her. I think that was very brave of her to do that.
It was extremely
very brave.
Lovely, yeah.
But I'm trying to think like scary movies. I will not see scary movies because, and my wife makes fun of me because if I see something like, I don't know, Saw, which sounds horrifying, it's like you leave and some people can leave and be like, oh, that was fun. I leave and I'm like, someone's after me.
Right.
And I need to protect my family from what I just saw.
You're very susceptible to that.
Yeah. And my wife, actually, she watches the shows Homeland and 24. And I genuinely can't watch it because the whole time I'm like, guess what, guys? That's going on somewhere. Not fun.
It's actually
nothing fun about that.
Taking place.
Yeah.
I know a guy who worked on a television show, and he had some kind of an anxiety attack or something, and wouldn't come out of his dressing room.
Oh, that's horrifying.
And they shut down the whole production. Now, have you ever been the cause of a cessation of production?
No. Okay, funny you mentioned that. I have, but it had to do with I have asthma. Oh, and thank you. Yeah. You're so nice, Dave.
Thanks.
But I do remember that. Oh man, I have asthma, and I've had asthma, and pretty much anybody who's had asthma, we know like what it's like. It's not fun. So, and I remember I was reading the script, and I won't say the show, but it was this kind of Western-like show, and I saw horses, and I'm allergic to horses. And so I talked to the producer, and I said, I have asthma, and I'm curious if there's horses around. And
I'm curious if there are horses around.
Because I'm just wondering if they're going to be close or whatever.
I have a curiosity about this.
And typically, sometimes if someone hears you have asthma, they might not take you seriously, like, okay, whatever. And he said, yeah, they're around. I get on set. I'm in a barn, surrounded by like 6 horses, had a full-on asthma attack. They had, yeah. They had, and then it kind of becomes a thing, and you don't want it to become a thing. Like you don't want, but all of a sudden everybody's like, you know, Tony can't breathe because everybody have an inhaler. I couldn't find my inhaler. They shut down. They had to shut down the scene. Oh. The worst though is when I came back. They had to reshoot the scene, so I had to come back, and we did it somewhere else. And that whole day, everybody's like, "Why are we reshooting this scene? What's going on?" And I had to say again, "I have asthma." We had to do it again. I apologize.
It's my fault.
It's a thing. Sorry. I apologize.
Yeah.
So it did happen.
What is your, you have a 7-year-old daughter?
I have a 7.5-year-old.
7.5-year-old?
Yes.
What is she doing this summer?
Oh man, my daughter's amazing. I mean, her name is Loy. And
Loy, L-O-I?
L-O-Y.
L-O-Y, like Myrna Loy.
Like Myrna Loy, yeah. And my wife is from Alabama, and so it's a southern family name. My wife's from Anniston, Alabama. And she's really into actually now naming her stuffed animals. She loves naming her stuffed animals. And my wife and I were just laughing because over Easter, you know, kids just kind of absorb whatever they hear. They just absorb it. And over Easter, we gave her this little stuffed bunny in her Easter basket. And she was really, really excited. And she ran up to her room because she wanted to name it. And I said, Loy, sweetie, what are you going to name it? And she goes, not kidding, she goes, crucifixion. Crucifixion, yeah. Yeah, I'm not kidding. she heard that word at church, and she was like, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a good one.
Not inappropriate, really,
No.
but not
It's got a nice ring to it.
appropriate either.
Yeah, dead serious. And there's still a bunny in our house that we call Crucifixion. Crucifix, for short, if we just want to shorten it.
How is the Netflix version of Arrested Development going?
Well, it really was. I mean, first of all, doing the show, I was so honored because Mitch Hurwitz, who created the show, his writing is unbelievable, and the whole team of writers. And when you do a show, we did the show, and it canceled in 2006, and you kind of let it go. But to do it again, to come back and do it again.
And the Netflix version is such a complex piece of great writing assembled for what is a tremendous cast.
Yeah.
It seems like, how in the world were you able to do that?
Mitch, because it really, the way all the episodes came out at once, so all 15 of them came out at once, but the way he did it is so brilliant because he did it like a big puzzle.
Yes.
And so you had to watch, each character was kind of one episode, and he's kind of the puppet. He would take all the episodes and then go in his little editing lab and edit it together.
Well, the editing is phenomenal.
It's phenomenal.
It's hard to imagine that there was a master plan that intricate.
We actors just act stupid and eat. That's all we do. The writers, they get together and really put it together.
Well, Veep is also quite a show. You play a tremendous sycophantic little suck-up on the show. And it's just delightful. It's just wonderful. And you know who else is also great on that show? Another great cast, Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Isn't she fantastic?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Another just the nicest person, too.
Yeah.
Normal and nice.
So just keep doing these, and that'll be
so
fun.
nice. Thank you.
It's Tony Hale, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with Houndmouth.